love is always the secret ingredient, not just in cooking, but in everything. It's the beauty of life. It's a journey. It's not a competition. It's not a race. Everybody gets to where they're supposed to be at the right time.
I love the story of how you and your husband met.
He walked in, saw me, and said, I'm going to marry that girl.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tea with Nadia. Today I have a wonderful guest, Mrs. Sherry. We met about a year ago out here in LA. And yeah, we connected right away because we're both from Michigan.
Yes.
And she's a content creator. So how are you?
It's good to see you. Thank you for having me on here. It's crazy how we met and instantly connected. And here I am on your podcast.
I know.
I'm grateful for that.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you're into content creating. How long have you been doing that, and what made you get into doing it?
I have been doing it for a while, and I started on Instagram because I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it was a way for me to connect with other people and to just use it as a creative outlet. I was very much into fashion at the time, so it was kind of a way to just have fun and share my passions, and just like I said, connect with other people.
So you mentioned you're a mom of 4. Oh,
yes.
Actually, you mentioned, by the way, this is both of our first time. So yeah, we're getting used to it. So you're a mom of 4.
Yes.
How do you balance being a mom and also content creating?
It's hard, but when my kids were younger, I would say it was a lot harder than it is now. But because I love sharing my passion, I just find a way to do what I have to do and then do what I want to do. So, of course, I have responsibilities as a mom, but being creative is just part of me. And I feel like it helps me be a better mom if I have, something for myself and a way for me to express myself. So it's not easy, but I just make time for it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can say.
Because I know now you're focused more on like recipes. Have you always been in there, or did you lead up to there? How was that? Like, how do you know what content you want to focus on?
So it's been a long journey for me, honestly. Like I said, I started with fashion blogging, and then I actually went on to kind of become like an entrepreneur. I started an online vintage inspired clothing boutique.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I, at the time, was very much into vintage inspired dresses. There weren't a lot of places that were selling them. And I was like, you know what, let me, since I was so into it, I was like, let me, start an online boutique. And I did, and I loved it. But then after a couple of years, I realized that I didn't really enjoy the selling aspect of fashion. I was more into the blogging, and I loved sharing outfit ideas and affordable fashion, things that anybody could wear.
I love your style, love your fashion.
Thank you.
Always.
I love sharing things that everybody can wear, and doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be a name brand, although those are nice. It allows you to be more creative when you can take basics and kind of transform them into multiple different outfits, and from day to night, and just it's more fun, to mix and match. So I started doing that. Then I did the whole online boutique thing. And like I said, it was fun while it lasted, but I realized I didn't really enjoy the selling part of it. So I went back to just blogging. And it's kind of crazy how that turned into food. But I feel like I wanted more from my account. Like I wanted to share more than just pretty outfits or pretty pictures. I just felt like I wanted a way to
provide value.
Yeah, to bring value for my post to resonate, to spread some type of positivity in some way, And I thought I was doing that through fashion, but I feel like at some point it just wasn't really going anywhere. And then the pandemic hit, and everybody was bored in the house, and I found myself in the kitchen, because I had so much time, and I was able to start looking up different recipes, and I actually started to really like it. And I just started remaking a lot of recipes online or from different food bloggers. And it was fun. It was fun because it was challenging. So it was a way for me to be productive and challenge myself.
Yeah.
And I just started falling in love with the process of it. And fast forward to now, and I'm creating my own recipes, which is wild to me, but I'm still learning. I'm not a chef. I'm still learning as I go. And I love learning from other people.
Yeah.
I think
what's buzzing right now is your chickpea salad, right?
cucumber.
Cucumber?
Cucumber chickpea. But
Yes.
no, my most viral video, I actually posted it right before I came here.
Okay.
It was the pesto pasta salad.
Oh, yes. That's what it was.
Yes. And it was perfect timing because it was right before the 4th of July. Yeah, it's a really good one. You have to try it.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. A lot of the actually all the recipes I share are very simple and they're nutritious and they're also healthier. So I do pride myself in, quality ingredients and clean ingredients.
I think that's why your page has been growing so fast is because you make it so easy. Because everybody wants to cook at home. Cooking at home is always the best. I mean, doesn't compare to eating out. And you make it just really simple. What's your phrase that you always say?
I try to make it simple. You're not seeing all the prep behind the videos.
Yeah.
But it is simple once you know what? I always thought it was challenging too before I started. But once you have all of your material or your ingredients, it's easy. So my phrase has become like a signature thing.
Yeah.
If you combine.
Yeah, I love it.
So I love combining different things to create a recipe. And it's been so fun. I'm so grateful. I'm honestly like, it's been a whirlwind and I'm so grateful for all the love and support and for anyone who's remade my recipes. It's truly a priceless feeling to have someone try something that you shared and enjoy it with their family and share it with their friends. And it motivates me to keep going. And I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful for it all. And I'm just trying to soak it all in and enjoy it.
And just enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
And many more to come.
Thank you.
So how is it, do you feel transitioning to a new, because we were speaking about that earlier, about how we can always reinvent ourselves. So I feel like it's good to keep that momentum going.
I think it's important to always challenge yourself.
Yeah.
And, everything is always changing around us. And so either we change with it or we just get stuck or left behind. And for me, because I had a family young, don't get me wrong, I'm so happy. I'm so blessed to have done that, but I also always wanted to have some type of career or some, or share a passion of my own. And I started with fashion and, with that, like I said, led me to, have an online store. And from there, went back to fashion. So I started over a lot and felt like I had to constantly reinvent myself, which in the moment is frustrating and challenging. But now that all the pieces of the puzzle have finally come together where I am now, thanks to God, because God's plan is the best plan.
Right.
Everyone has their perfect time. And so now when I look back, I feel like everything I did and all the obstacles that I faced led me to where I am.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that all the changes that I had to make led me here and is the reason why I'm able to, sit in this moment and really enjoy it.
Yeah. And for me too, I've been a nurse and now doing this is something new for me. So
so proud of you, by the way.
But I feel like I can understand, always moving and growing. And I feel like if you have too much time in between of not doing something new, then it just makes it harder to do something new. So
exactly.
Get too
and you have to do what you love.
Exactly.
So as cliche as it sounds, I feel like love is always the secret ingredient, not just in cooking, but in everything.
Yeah.
So even if you're not successful or great at something that you love, just keep going because there's no better way to learn than to do.
Yeah.
So you can watch someone do something, you can read about it all you want, but if you don't actually, actively do it, then you're not really going to learn and you're not really going to know if you actually do love it.
And there's also timing too, because we were speaking that as well. Like there's time for everything and not to be too hard on ourselves. If you didn't start something, it's okay. It might be a year from now, it might be 2 years from now. And that's a long time, but you have to just take into account of life and things just
the days are going to pass anyways.
Yeah.
So instead of just sitting around and wasting it, just do it.
Exactly.
Because, every day that you try something new, you're getting closer to that goal. And I think having goals is important because it gives you purpose.
Yes.
It makes you feel productive. And once you've achieved that goal, there's no better feeling. There's no better feeling. And you're going to want to keep going and keep growing. And that's the beauty of life. It's a journey.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a competition.
Mhm.
It's not a race. Everybody, you know, gets to where they're supposed to be at the right time.
100%. I agree.
So I think you're right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, we're both here
on this podcast.
Because once you take the first step, then the next step will just fall into place.
Mm-hmm.
And it just flows after that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And don't compare yourself to other people.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a big one.
Everyone's on a unique journey. And
Yeah.
I think it's important because we might look at other people and think that the grass is greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the grass is greener where you water it.
Exactly.
You just, you're on your own journey and you'll get there when you get there. As long as you keep working and keep learning.
Yeah. I think it's always good to be happy and content where you are while pursuing your future goals. And I feel like everybody already knows this. People talk about this all the time, but it really is be happy where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because when your mind and your body is at a place of just relaxing, then that's when things will just flow and come easier.
Yes. Gratitude is so important. Yeah. I'm so glad you brought that.
Gratitude.
I just feel like I actively prioritize being grateful. And I think it's so important because if you're not happy where you are, then I don't think you'll ever be happy. Like, even if you do achieve your goals, you have to be content and, be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Because life is hard.
Are there certain things that you feel that you like to do maybe during the day that kind of help recenter you to just yourself? Because I feel like in life we can just get so caught up in everything that's going on. I know I'll share with you mine. And then well, I guess I'll share mine first. Well, so I always just try to take some time and just consciously just people can say like meditate. Prayer is good.
Yeah.
Just slowing down, because I just feel like we're always just go in life, and consciously just slow down and just reflect and feel how we're feeling.
Yes.
Like, this happened today. How did that make me feel? Or maybe I handled it in this way. Okay, next time I'm gonna handle it in another way. I just feel like, I don't know, for me, it's something that I learned to do. It's not always something that I have always done. So I just feel like just taking that time, yoga, going for a little walk, staying hydrated. Just something as simple as just drinking water.
For sure.
I think so under.
Yes. I definitely, I love taking walks. It gives you time to reflect. I do, like, first thing in the morning when I get up, I thank God, for another day. And I do actively say that I'm grateful for everything. I do pray also. I love going to the gym. That's like where I can
I do have the gym for sure.
That's like, I have to do that. And yeah, taking a walk, maybe just sitting down outside and just in quiet and just thinking,
Yeah.
I do love taking drives.
I do that too. Like, I'll have a moment just for my coffee. Like,
I feel like
I'll just go for a walk or go for a drive, grab my coffee. Yeah. Just enjoy that moment.
Sitting in the car, I do that a lot. Just listening to music, sitting in the car and just, I don't know, just
it's really the simple things. It's like not that crazy.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the spa, to have your me time. It's funny because a lot of times I will sit in the car in my driveway before I go down and just for 10 minutes, after coming from, running errands or whatever. And I'll just sit there. And my kids and my husband know she's in the driveway. I always like to take a little break before I go back into the, into the madness. But yeah, I do that often. And it's just a way for me to, like you said, slow down.
Yeah.
Because what's coming next is going to be a lot of work. So it's nice to just slow
down. It's good. Just taking a step back. And I always say that taking a step back will just help you take 2 steps or 3 steps forward.
Exactly.
So just slowing down in this fast-paced world that we're living in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just so important. I love that.
So what do you see the future with your content, and where do you see it? I know you're enjoying it right now and just enjoying the moment.
Honestly, like, it's just also it's also new to me,
Yeah.
growth. So I'm just like you said, I'm enjoying it.
Good.
And I'm just grateful for everything that's, been working in my favor. And I just hope to continue to be consistent and be able to put out content that people, like and, want to share with their friends and family. So I hope to just continue with that, keep learning, becoming a better cook, sharing better recipes, and who knows,
The future.
a lot of things can change.
Well, we'll be checking in. Maybe next year we'll be here.
Yeah, next summer I'll be here.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
Yeah.
That would be. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I love the story of how you and your husband met.
Oh
So you have to share this story.
He tells it way better than I do.
Okay.
Wow. It's okay.
You don't have to.
I guess you could call it the Ronaldo story.
Oh, yes. Because when you were telling me, I'm like, oh my God, it sounds like how Ronaldo met his wife.
Yeah. So I was working at the mall.
Yeah.
Not at Gucci, at the Guest store at the time. And he walked in with his friend. And according to him, he saw me and said, I'm going to marry that girl. That's what he said, okay? And, he came up to me and rather than being very forward and, asking me for my number, he just simply asked about the sizes and he was looking for a gift for his sister. And, your guest sizes are European, so it kind of made sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I just told him, you add 21 to the size. So if she's a size 3, then you add 21. She's a size 24. And I guess he just wanted to continue the conversation. So he was like, what about tops? And I was like, well, if she's a small, you would get a small. And if she's a medium, you would get a medium. And while I was saying that in my head, I was like, oh my God, I sound so stupid.
We always think we sound...
Yeah. And then as he was asking the question, he said that in his head, he was like, what a stupid question, So it's just funny that we were both thinking that. Anyways, he got my name and he just left. And nothing happened. But later on that same day, his sister came in and I guess he had called her and told her. So she came in and was shopping and I was helping her.
Yeah.
And then, of course, she mentioned the fact that her brother was here earlier and was interested. And at first I was like, I don't know who your brother is. She was like, do you remember that guy who asked you about sizes and was looking for a gift for his sister? And like he stood out because it was such a different encounter that I was used to. And I was like, oh yeah, I do remember. She's like, yeah, him. And I was like, there was something about him. He had like really good energy. So I was like, okay, sure. And I was like, but you have to call my mom. I was 19 at the time. And I was brought up in a very traditional, household. My mom was a single parent.
My mom too.
Yeah. So I was like, you have to call, I'll give you my mom's phone number.
Yeah.
Instead. And she loved that answer. So she left and 2 days later they were at my house and 4 months later we were engaged and a year later we were married.
Aw, beautiful story.
So thank you. Yeah, it was definitely unexpected.
That's always when it happens, is when you're least expecting it. And I love how the family was involved so early on. I think that's so sweet.
Yeah, it's very traditional. Like I said. It's very different than now, but it worked out for us.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of growing. You're always growing like individually and you have to grow with someone else. Yeah.
It's good that you guys are both able to do that, where you're growing independently, but also as a couple as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I think sometimes when people are in a relationship for a long time, they forget to like connect with themselves.
Yeah, I think, definitely right. It's important to grow on your own, and then grow in a relationship.
Well, are there any last words that you would like to share?
I think we pretty much touched on everything, but I will like to reiterate the importance of reinventing yourself and not being afraid to do so. Just, you don't have to be stuck where you are. You don't have to be doing the same thing you've always done.
Mm-hmm.
You can, try something new and step outside of your comfort zone, because I know everyone says this, but it's so true. That's really when the growth happens and the magic happens. And even being on here, this is out of my comfort zone.
Mine
but
too.
I'm so glad that
We're experiencing it together.
Yes. I'm so glad that I did it because it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And just do what you love and go for it.
Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.
I enjoyed our talk and our time together.
So did I.
Yeah. So guys, make sure to check in to Sherry's beautiful channel. So where can people find you?
My Instagram handle is SherryHour. And just follow me on there.
So you guys make sure to follow her, and try the recipes. And let her know what you think of them in the comments.
Yes, I appreciate all the feedback. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you guys so much for your time and being here with us. And I look forward to next time.
Thank you.